not to call anybody's names out, but frustration. What's up, Big P? Big P. I was trying to write the youtube.com/at big pause, right? But pause, right? But oh Lord, let me go fix my fucking light too. Jimmy, if you have any problem getting in, I have connection problems. That's what's going on. I ditched the other stream. Hopefully, we'll do better. I'll be right back. I'm changing the fucking light bulb colors, dude. This is crazy. Same thing, he says. Same thing. Try again, Jimmy. Try again. Mm, mm. I'll tell you guys this, and I'll tell you guys this live, and I'm sorry to make an ass of myself, embarrass myself, whatever I did. But Jimmy, you're gonna come up, bro. If it said the same thing, we'll fucking fix it. Let's go on. Let's see what's going on here. Uh, if you don't get through that way, right, come up in the chat. I'm sorry for looking stupid, everybody. I'm sorry for looking stupid. But we'll fix this one day, eh? I had to jump back up. We have connection problems. We have every kind of problem. But Jimmy also wants to come up. He's keen to, and Big P is keen to fucking stream soon, and we'll all be there in a couple hours, right? But let's have Jimmy up right now. Come on, bro. If you have any trouble, man, I want to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I will wait. So please disturb. Top chat, nada. Live chat, nada. Okay, thanks for clicking that like. All right, I'm putting it on Do Not Disturb. What's up, Rusty? How you doing, bro? Rusty is the member of the 9. He's in the... Which means I'll tell you guys. That's a vicious one. Rusty is one of our vicious ones. Thank everybody that he's on our side. What is up, Carrot for Life? Boom. Carrots are good for you. How you doing? How you doing? What's that? That stuff's good for your eyes, right? All right, Jimmy, if you have any problems coming up, just go in the chat. We'll deal with it because I'm going to turn my Do Not Disturb. Everybody give me a minute. If I look stupid or not, I've had connection issues, so I'm not muting out or anything. Jimmy, show up in my chat, bro. Show up in my chat, James. I deleted everything. It has to work. All you have to do is be on your phone, signed into your, YouTube account, and then put it in vertical mode, right? And you're doing okay tonight. Well, hey, Rusty, peace to you, man. Peace to you. Hey, I hope you were up there with the Creek Squad last night, Rusty. I talked to them. I said, hey, if I want to do a song, I don't have the tech to put the, background track. And they said, that's okay. Creek said I can email him, send him the link to the track that I want, as long as it's on a YouTube karaoke, and he'll set me up. Cheers, everybody, man. 420 friendly adult channel. What's up? Good luck with the... Is it freezing? Okay. Yeah. Something is wrong. Okay. Yeah. Something is wrong with my connection. Thank you for telling me, man. Not everybody will tell me, right? What's up, Juan Pablo? Batista Madariaga. Juan Pablo Batista Madariga. Okay. Vene glow. Distru tu cela. It looks good now. Oh, see, you're gonna kick me out, and then you say it looks good now. Tuchega, tuchega. That's all I can say. I don't know. So it says tuchela. But... Good Lord, what does that mean? Brother James also said he couldn't join in, but miracles do come true. Jimmy, we're having a storm or some shit. My connections are all fucked over here. Hey. There's no title. There's no beautiful picture on this even though we're live, we couldn't meet backstage because I made all the title and beautiful shit. And then my fucking internet all over my ass. You know what I mean? So, what's up, James? I'm not here to grill you. I'm here to chew bubble gum and listen to banjo, and I'm all out of bubble gum, brother.
Well, I'm glad I finally got you. Yeah,
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
that
He's
was
down the road.
interesting.
He's bringing the string and the can over. Is what? See, there's the can, and the string hits my house. All of a sudden, we're connected. Like he said, I thought you guys were broken up. As soon as you said something, meaning we are connected again. Well, we are connected again. So you take that string, that can, and I guess we can hear each other because we're just down the road. But
Steve,
I'm all out of bubble gum. Let's hear the shit. Let's hear the banjo, and you tell us. I trust you. I don't need to host you. I'm not your babysitter.
right? So I'm playing the old Fender. It's got a nice little headstock. You know, this was my first banjo after my um Scruggs banjo, the one that he signed, which was a piece of shit, but it was what I happened to have. He signed it. I made it an ornament. So, but I like this because it's set up to do a lot of different things. It sounds okay. It's made out of maple. It's all right. Pop metal and maple. That's what you got today.
All
Maybe.
right, Jimmy. I'm a Gibson guy, but I never paid the money, so I'm an Epiphone guy. So
Well,
either you get a Gibson mustache or an Epiphone butt, like a middle butt.
you see what I'm pointing at? That's an Epiphone right there. See that? I can take that one out later, but I might have to
But
tune it.
it's because I'm base family, dude. I know that people grime and grind on Fenders. I can't do it. They're too tinny. I'm
Yeah,
base family, and and then you know what I have to do? I have to get metal guitars when I need the leads because they're too muddy in the damn leads.
yeah. I decided to like get away from the Fender, and I got on to more of the Gibson replicas. And my best banjo is a Gold Star. It's and it's better than any Gibson that you can buy today. Trust me. That's what I've played. I think a couple times in the past with you. But anyway, I'm not. I'm just gonna like just go right to it. All right. This one's called Ground Speed. All right. I'm not gonna do any fancy stuff with the tuner, so you don't need to see the headstock. I'm just gonna kind of put it over this way a little bit so you can see my fingers working. All right. This one's called Ground
Right
Speed.
on, Jimmy. And I'm just giving you a salute right now because I'm not interrupting your time. But salute, you have the coffee house.
That's ground speed.
Well, right on, man. I wasn't trying to take it like a radio show. Like I said, I was doing more coffee house. But
Yeah.
what's up, Sean? Toward 20 man in the house. That man is from Utah. I want to go see. Hey, man, you know that big Utah bookstore because Jimmy, like me, he loves independent films, so he knows about the festival, right?
Utah,
They got that huge bookstore, right?
Utah,
So, yo, everybody, don't
give me
forget. Don't. Oh shit, he's gonna tell us some new knowledge. I just want to say, when the Mormons were being kicked out of everywhere with their questionable books and things, when they got kicked out of everywhere, they went to the top of Mexico. You know what that place was? Utah. It was Mexico back then, people. It was Mexico.
Hey,
And if I'm wrong, it's a good fucking story, okay, Sean?
so I just found out on this deals with New Mexico history, which is near Utah. I just found out. I just watched a documentary, and they used a face recognition person, a forensic person, somebody from New York, NYPD, that he deals with criminals all the time, and he confirmed without even knowing it, because he had no idea who Billy the Kid was, but he confirmed that it's on Tubi right now that Brushy Bill Roberts actually was Billy the Kid. So it turns out Billy the Kid, my reincarnate uh, person who I've always believed I was, has
Right.
had
But let's
he really did live to be an old man. He did not die at the hands of Pat Garrett. So
what's
that's
up, Bubble Butt? What's up, Bubble Butt? Yeah, so let's go through that. So look, again, you want to play more music, and like I said, I want to hear banjo and I'm out of bubblegum, everything. But so more than like story time, you want to do some music tonight so we can cram it all in. We might have bad signal, we might have a story
that's fine.
you have a connection to Billy the Kid, so forth. Now give me a second. Because there's also people who've gone nuts about Annie Oakley and the sort of tour. A little carny tour that was real shit, right? You understand what I'm saying? Chitlin Circuit
Yeah,
that they used to have with the old gunslingers,
yeah,
And they're the same as the Vikings because the Vikings got to show up everywhere and tell you how great the place they came from was, you know. So why are you a bunch of scurvy sea pirates running around and telling me how great old Valhalla is when you left? Why'd you leave, guys?
yeah.
You have to think critically about these things. It's okay. It's all bong rips. Oh, Big P. I was trying to say, I don't want to interrupt him. So Big Pause dash 420. I'm trying to make you a little banner, bro. So put it back in. That's why you're blue, eh? That's why you're blue. Titties and beer, titties and beer. This man's got no fear. He wants some titties and beer, but take them panties off, bitch. You know what? It would sound like a fucking bitch ass cop out, right? Jimmy, pause for 1 second, okay? Because I have to tell Bubble Butt. It would sound like a pause for 1 second, Jimmy. Promise me. He won't pause. It would sound like a bitch ass cop out to say I don't have the tech to play along with my brother but he knows I'm not a liar, bro. He's my drummer, guys. Bye. I don't hate that. Just keep ruminating. Just keep ruminating. You need 10 more minutes to develop that philosophical thought. You're still a friend. Yeah, bubble butt. I'll tell you this right now. That's something you'll find out. When you like music and it's pure and it's from the heart, it doesn't matter what it is, guys. It doesn't matter. How many Jimmy? He said, I don't actually like banjo music, but I find this pure. So good music is good music, right? We have 50 different directions to hate Green Day. Are they too punk? Are they too pop? Are they too 70s? Are they too this? Are they too ambitious? Are they too lipstick? We have 50 reasons to hate them, but they know how to make a fucking song like the Bad Brains. And so the guy's like, well, I don't like banjo music. Listen, my friend, you don't know that you like banjo music yet. It's
Yeah,
all about purity.
probably because you don't know everything about it yet. You know, if you, it's one of those things that you kind of have to like dive down the rabbit hole into. You need to learn about Earl Scruggs. You need to learn about the Foggy Mountain Boys. These are guys whose surviving members I met, and they're all dead now. And I'm carrying on that legacy. That's best.
For sure, for sure. And I'll put this to you in I'll put this to you, Bubble Butt, because we have been friends for a couple weeks and shit. So I respect you 100%. But I'll put this to you. When people try to do this sort of futuristic hip hop safe bet sampling of a banjo roll, it's just a banjo roll. It
Oh,
can be anything. You know what I mean? It's just like how I say to Jimmy, I'm like, yo, I don't know any good uke players, but
yeah,
I know uke scorists. Like they do movies, Diablo Cody movies, they do NPR, they you know what I mean? Like, but then he's like, what about Tiny Tim? And I was like, Tiny Tim was my one of my favorite artists that was ever born, but he was born on the same day as I. You know what I mean? But I never thought about his instrument because he was an archivist. He would tell you, from 1906, I am
yeah.
going to play the Hawaiian track from, he fucking saved music from old shellac that's dead. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
If
big
it was
up Tiny Tim. You know what I mean? Tiny Tim and Robert Durst on my birthday. What could be sweeter? That's me.
put it this way, if Tiny Tim never got the spotlight, then George Harrison would have never got into ukulele, and a lot of Beatles songs wouldn't have been written by both him and Paul McCartney. You know, because he got them back into
And
ukulele.
and they're all right into that too. Where would George be? And Primus as well, and John Lennon and everybody, So they see all that. But
Yeah.
remember, guys, we used to just bang on coconuts and sing about our fucking ding dongs, and that was music. But it was just as good as this is because it was four fucking tones. So they still had the, 135, 1375 going on, man. If you want to jazz it up, bing bong, fifth down.
So
So
this is
Big P. share your fucking link again. So, because I'm trying to draw it, but it's Big Paws dash 420. Maybe I just need your help. You're a mod.
This is a good time for me to educate a little bit about the banjo, and it's nobody's fault because nobody gets this education about the banjo. Okay, it has. Let me show you here. It has 5 strings, not 4. A lot of people jazz banjo in the 20s had 4 strings. It was different. You played it like this, and
And we still have bass banjos, but the magic is the same as the fifth string on a guitar, the harmony string. That's the magic, guy. That's what tingles your balls.
so this a banjo has a 5th string right here, but it starts here. Okay, so there's no way to capo it, right? If I'm going to capo here or here, if I'm going to put my capo like right here and play in the key of A because it's open tune in G, right? So if I'm going to play an A and put my capo here, I'm going up 1 step, right? Anybody knows anything about music knows 1 step, just like a guitar. Okay, so I'm an A, right? But what do I do with this guy? Because he's after the capo. So my banjo has these little railroad spikes in it. It's hard to see, but there's a little dot right there.
On the top, like you
Barely,
can actually feel them.
yeah. And so
Because
what?
I'll tell you, Jimmy, I've had bad frets that I kept bad on purpose. Even though they would cut a little bit of blood out of me, I knew where I was at on a bad fret. You know what I
So
mean?
there's a little railroad spike right here, and I can
Right
take
on, right on.
that 5th string and stick it under there, 2 frets up, and now I am compliant with my capo here, right? Now I'm in the key of A, okay? So I'm gonna play a song in A just for the fuck of it. So this one's Pig in a Pen, if I can still remember how to play it. I can pick all the pennies, corn fed long, on these pretty little girl, feed 'em when I'm gone. Big and biscuit, honey, eggs and good and brown. We need all we can before we get to town. I gotta pick it home, and it's gonna fit long. One, three, even when I'm gone. I gotta pick it home, and it's gonna fit long. All me is pretty girl, feel when I'm gone. So that's a shortened version.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's totally true. And don't be fooled about it. He is a music teacher. So he's trying to break it down to you in the sense that you can pick up this axe and go ahead and learn yourself. He knows how to play the banjo. That's what he would say. It's sweet. Yeah. I don't know about all that. I don't know who Hunter J is, but everybody rest in peace. And
Banjo.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, traditional American music 100%. And myself, James, my wife, we do a weird version of traditional American music, but it is traditional American music. You just guys don't know where the dredges of Americana might be. You know what I mean? We
It comes
do it.
from all different kind of places. We know
Yeah, yeah.
we
Well,
know
no, to be a good writer, we have to see the ivory tower, we have to see the dredges of society, and we have to present from the middle. And unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry, we're dying. We're broke. We're dying. We suffer because what's more important to us is hard. It's hard to just work for yourself. If I ask the other guy, If I work for you, how much can you pay? I don't know. He'll give me an hourly. If I say, how much does it cost to be Joe or Jimmy? You can't fucking measure that shit. But we're gonna die. You guys are gonna, and that's another thing. Not only is he playing it well, but he mentioned already that they have passed. He is carrying the traditional American music in his hands, and the people who set those parameters and boundaries have passed. So don't listen to the radio where they use a digital sample of a roll.
Okay.
That's a sample. That's hip hop. Okay. Hip hop is the order of the day, and that's okay. But guess what? It's going to go away, and live
I
performance is
saw
still
I
going to be
saw
here. I'm going to want to go to an Irish pub and hear a fucking
I
fiddler.
saw a comment about native music, okay? Like Native American music being the, you know, traditional.
Well, they came here. They came here as well. You know what I mean? But all music is tradition. About your drums, because they're all about down.
Well, let me
But somewhere in the woods, when we fell down and heard, hold on, we heard the vines vibrating. We found out we can manipulate it, and we got some cat guts and a turtle shell. And Jimmy is now here to play the next 20 minutes free without any interruption from me.
So, Native American music is actually very important to me, and I believe that it inspired the blues in the United States. I believe that the Native American tom tom beat, and there's actually some artists that are, I mean, if you study the history of it, it's kind of hard to do.
Well, remember they're Siberians, but I have to say something to Joel right now. My favorite bass track on an album ever is Blizzard of Oz, Bob Daisley. You understand? And he's an Australian. I ended up getting to talk to him on MySpace, and I talked to him about how I loved Motown growing up, and I thought he had the best bass track on a fucking studio album I ever heard, Bob Daisley. And I think he came back when they did what was it? No Rest for the Wicked. And but anyways, I just wanted to say that because he was a fucking Aussie. You know what I mean? And big respect, because that's, as a bass player, my favorite track on one album. I'll
All right, Joe.
play his boot, and the one that's still in
Joe,
rotation, probably Thundercat. Anyway,
I'm gonna
yeah,
show
I
you a
shut up.
little
You
more
got it.
about the banjo that I know people don't know about. Okay, so look, I just showed you about how the railroad spikes work. Okay, so now I'm in A. So I take that spike off of the A, pop it out of there, right? Off the G string. Now it's back in G again. I take the capo off, and now I'm back in G. You know. So now what I'm going to tell you about it is there's some other things here that you don't know about. If you look at these keys, they got a lot of like little crazy cogs and stuff on here. What is this all about, right? Like if you actually look at the back, like you see the banjo and you think the keys are just like straight up. Like if you actually look at the back, this is what all of us professionals use, is what we call cheaters. And
I
these,
call. I'm not a professional, so I say, why you got them blocker nuts on them? You got them tuned
we
up blocker nuts.
we call them cheaters because what these things will do is stop on a dime. We set them to stop on a dime. So I can take this. I'm going to take my G string right here, and I'm going to show you. I can go, and it'll stop right there, right? And then
Okay, so that sounds like a progression of a third to me. Is that a third?
it's a half step, right?
Okay, okay.
It's
That's
going
what I was wondering, because I was saying if it's off and then play every single one of their songs with two strings, because all they do is fifth down. But that sounded like a third, but you're saying it's just a half step?
So yeah, well, that one goes to a half step because what we're trying to do is drop to D, and a lot of guitar players know about drop D tuning, right? So it's kind of the same sort of thing. Now I'm going to take this one right here, my B string, and I'm going to drop it a whole step to A. Okay. So now I got this one down here, and it's automatically stopped. And then I'm going to go ahead and spike that G string again to be an A. Now I got a D chord. See that? And so I can play you a little song in drop D called Reuben.
Jimmy James.
Harmonics.
That's right, guys. You hear those harmonics? Guess what, guys? You see this country motherfucker, he knows about math rock. I was saying what up to Kev, what up to Tiny, but absolutely, man. And I was telling them just as a little tease, I was like, it's not like this man doesn't know his metal and his math rock when he was hitting those fucking harmonics, because you know how they rely on pinch harmonics for the flair.
Of course, we use roll patterns in banjo. We do a lot of different things: thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle. We do forward rolls, just straight up going, this way. We go backwards rolls this way. We do a lot of things. It's very intricate. It's not what a lot of people think it is. It's just like, that, like, people, when they think of Appalachians, they think of Deliverance and Idiots, and most people,
Just the three songs, you know.
most,
I mean, look,
you know,
like Raising Arizona, right? How much distance and everything did Raising Arizona get out of? Man, the one, by the way, the best fucking Everly Brothers song, even though I love 20 years of Everly Brothers, but they got away with doing that one, you know, the girl by the fucking river song, singing to the baby and shit. And then also Ode to Joy.
gosh,
They used Ode to Joy movement for fucking 40 minutes to make that fantastic film with all the screaming and babies and shit. I
Right.
love screaming and babies. That's real life, brother.
Joe, now watch this. Watch what I can do here. Like I can silently go click, 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 and now I'm back in G. Is that what you're looking for? Freaking deliverance. That's what everybody says.
No, no, no. I said everybody sees that, but they don't see what happens, in the other part. What is that song, man? The one about the fucking chica by the riverside. Oh gosh. Don't play the LCD. Don't play the lowest common denominator. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. So I
Hey, hey. This is not Vince McMahon's show, man. This is McLarge Hugh.
So it's just a lot of people just don't kind of understand how intricate a banjo actually is. It's made like a lute, from Bach's era with one extra string. This little guy right here, J. Walker Sweeney, was the man who decided to put this string on the banjo. And Earl Scruggs' father's banjo had this fifth string. And that's how he ended up learning just naturally the three finger. His father didn't teach him that. He just sat there and tooled around with it while he was a kid, and eventually figured out that having this high string up here with my thumb to pick was a big benefit in trying to do melodies that come up here like. So you see I'm playing,
Right?
and then I'm using that high string up here to my advantage with my roll pattern. I'm going.
Yeah, man. So I can talk about a couple of parallels to that, okay? Because obviously I'm a bass player. There's only four strings. A lot of times I played a three and a five string, okay? And
That's
that's okay as well. But you only get four extra notes on a five string. But remember the $1 Million Band and the way they did it, they had that top string loose. So you could do that with a five string bass as well. Whatever. Not the point. My point is this. Let me make a couple of analogies to that. A lot of times when I was in Paul Reed Smith school and they were trying to teach me guitar in seventh grade and they wanted five fucking fingers, you know what I mean? And they told me, don't use my thumb, or whatever. What I realized is you need three. You need three fingers in the right something to be a little bit loose, like your sort of billy finger. Your pinky is the billy finger. And I did a big spread where I could do like, I don't know, 17 fucking frets sometimes. That's or maybe 12. I'm lying. 12 maybe, whatever. But that's some buckethead shit. You know what I mean? Because he put an extender on his finger to do that shit. Right. That's what everybody expects.
I saw a
Right
comment.
on, man. That's a beautiful instrument. That's a beautiful instrument your Fender is, man. I celebrate that. It sounds great. Good tone, good performance by you. What's up? He can't see your fingers?
I saw a comment that said Yankee Doodle, so I thought I'd look like somebody was into that. That's called the bugle call rag. When we do the
Right. Can you put it in the tens? Where does it come from?
what's that?
Can you date it? Is it from the tens, the 20s? Where does that shit come
Well,
from?
Bugle Call Rag comes back to like Forrester. Um, what is it? Stephen Forrester, was that his name? The guy who basically wrote all of the early American songs that happened before the Civil War. Like My Darling Clementine, Dixie, and even like Battle Hymn of the Republic. And all those guys were singing that back then, North and South, like whatever. And
Right, right. And like he said, it reminds him of Civil War, but he's saying that it actually predates it. It predates it.
but then what was funny is what happened was during the kind of Wild West period that happened after the Civil War. There was some songs that actually in the 1920s, about 100 years ago, they started to get
That's
really
why I brought that up.
like, say, for example, shaving a haircut. You know, we do this all the time. Shave
Yeah,
two
right.
bits.
You're telling me, the DJ, that you're done with that song, and we can say, "Oh, well, that's a great job, Jimmy. Now let's get on to the next one." Because you go,
Well,
but boom, you're saying goodbye.
I'm
But
talking.
no, I understand, bro. That's how music works. I said we all have the same melodies in our head, and the rhythm players push it around. That's you and I. We're the rhythm players. So we
Haircut.
make it interesting, even
Though.
though everybody's ripping off Francis Scott Key and Forrester, and every novel is ripping off, you can name them, or Anne Rule, you can name them. They're all ripping each other off
I mean, when it comes,
because it's natural for the 1-3-5, 1-3-7-5, 1-3-4-5-7-8-7-8 fifth down.
so I got like 10 different versions of the shaving the haircut. You know, no. But that nobody knows that that was actually a full length song at one point. I
Right
don't
on.
know how it went, but it went like shaving a haircut, 2 bits, shaving
Two
a haircut.
bits, saving a haircut. Two bits. Hey, don't fuck with me, master. I'll make you do one for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, of
If,
course, master. Hey, Jimmy, how long has it been since you were walking the street and they were like, "What's up, Master Jim? How you doing, master?" Like, anybody ever call you that in your life because you weren't married yet?
no, they kind of like look at me that way though. They're like, oh, tall,
Master, master, don't fall for the 1984
yeah,
shit.
like tall white man, be afraid. Like I get a lot of that racism these days. Like I get that from people.
No, 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 no. I mean it in the straight English terms. Before you're married, like, I mean it in, oh fuck, what are we gonna call this? When you get the paper, right? Stationary terms. It's
Mhm.
Master Jim. Master Jim is in the house. He's not married yet. He better get about his life. Master Jim needs to become Mr. Jim one
Is
day.
he playing in a big house? Is he playing in the big house? Yeah,
Man, we never play the big rooms unless we get locked up because we play blue.
yeah. We only played the shitty small places, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's like everything's turned upside down now, and it's like it's okay. I mean, I dig that. Like people are speaking their minds, and they're free to speak their minds now. The civil rights care of that.
We're not, so we just have to defer to it, but it is
But
futurism or
there,
whatever that goes to. We just can't participate. The world we lived in, poof, it just disappeared
there
in 1994.
there's
It
a
was gone. It's
reason
gone.
though that like I'm really depressed right now. It's because like I feel that you know uh as a just a simple working class white man, white male, that I mean I'm not. It's like I'm married to an Asian woman. I'm not like sitting here going out and like being.
And he has Native American roots, so he's talking about being, oh, I don't know what
I'm
color he is,
not. I'm
pink or
not.
so.
I'm
I don't know.
not racist. I'm not. bad person. I love people. I don't care what color they are or anything. I don't even think about that. I've never thought about it my entire life. It's always been,
Nah, it's always been the quality of character, bro. It's a meritocracy here. If you don't bring anything to the table, you bore the fuck out of me.
but what fucks me up is that like people are looking at me now like the enemy, and I knock on people's door and I'm a tradesman. I go to people's door and fix their air conditioning or fix their car or do whatever it is that I do, or teach their kid music. And every time I come to the door, I have to do this. Hi, I'm Jimmy.
Right.
Nice to meet you. If I don't do that wave, they get all
Hey, man,
like they
that's the
think
same as the
they just
around to
act.
be nice and non-threatening and put on a show. Um, you're not wrong about being judged by just your presentation, but I'll tell you what, your area is a different thing because, like I
Yeah,
said, we were speaking about it right
my
here where
area.
I'm at, and the other side of the highway, they're completely different too. They don't know we exist. They don't know,
Yeah,
Jimmy. You would think you were in a different state if you went to Target or you went to where I meet you in front of the fucking tobacco hut. You would think you were
I
in a
really,
different fucking state.
I really should be living somewhere else. I don't belong where I am, but I have to take care of my mother, and she doesn't want to move, and that's why I'm here, and I'm gonna stick it out no matter what. I don't care, but I'm experiencing a lot of racism towards myself every
Oh,
day.
he said, of course you're not racist because you're old and white. So does that mean because he survived so long, it's because he wasn't racist? Or
I'm, I'm 45. Like I'm 45. It
yeah,
it wasn't like this 20 years ago. That's what I'm trying to say is that it was like I feel like people were getting along better. And now people are starting to kind of like gnash their eyes, where it's like because of politics and media. It's not.
it's politics, programming, it's division, man. It's division.
I don't think I don't. I grew up. I mean, in my neighborhood, right here, same neighborhood I'm in right now. I grew up with kids of all color, all everything, and we all got along, and nobody ever, ever even batted an eyelash at any of this. But now,
Well, I don't have that, Jimmy. I come from a 98% black community, as far as my county and in total, you know what I mean? And so
some of my songs like might appear.
I don't know who I am. You know what I mean? I'm not white enough for him and I'm not black enough for him,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But it's very difficult.
I just
There is division, there is cultural like pride and everything that you need to preserve, like the tribes of Judaism, the tribes of as you are Native American, the tribes by other Africans that become African Americans that become cousins from because you know what the neighborhood I'm from is, and you also know how it relates to the Civil War and how there were Southern blacks who came to where I'm from up in DC, Northeast PG County, and they came to hide, man, and they built a different life. And that's why we had that huge county of 98% what they called African American, Black Americans at the time. They didn't trust Japanese people, they didn't
yeah,
African people. And
and you know what's funny?
me through, but it doesn't mean it
But
doesn't
it's
exist.
hilarious. It's just I just find it like I don't know, a paradox that guys like you and me are best friends, right? And it doesn't matter what.
So essentially, bubble butt understand that people are racist against you. Maybe they aren't. They're just they're putting you in a class that you don't belong in. I don't know. I'm just putting that out because that's what he said.
You're from Maryland, Joe, and I'm from Virginia. And for a long time, there was this kind of division of like, you're on that side of the Potomac, you fucking traitors, and where are these, like, you know, racist assholes from fucking Virginia, like that was like happening for like a long time.
Right. And we're both above the Mason Dixon line though. Either way, still.
And killed that. And none of us think like that anymore. And it's just like we are all intermingling together. I mean, I see just as many Maryland license plates as Virginia license plates when I'm driving around. It's like we're all like working in this community together, and we're all working together. There's no like all that shit is ancient history. It's bullshit. Like for anybody to think that like there's a north and south divide anymore. It's like no, that's just gone. It's like it's a cultural divide, and it's because of people listening to only one type of propaganda and not another. And it's like
Echo chamber propaganda, which online they encourage. That's what an
yeah,
algorithm is for. To
that's
keep you satisfied, to keep you tuned in.
that's the binary problem in our country these days that's really not being addressed by anybody except like nobodies like us. Like we can talk about it, but who the fuck is talking about that on real news? Like nobody. Like they're not allowed to. They're only allowed to talk about their side, and they're only allowed to talk about their side. That's what you call binary. Binary is bad. It makes them able to divide us and conquer us. The rich that own the world are fucking using us as slaves, and it doesn't matter what fucking color you are. If
Right.
you're
So,
if you're
Bubble Butt, I hear you. Like, what do we do? You know, Sean's asking if you take song requests. You've already had song requests. I didn't think he had the time for it, Sean. I'll just be honest with you. But he can do what he wants. You know what I mean? So when you talk about that, Bubble Butt, that's interesting. But when you mean by plastic, um, do you mean that it's well? I just think. I mean, I'll put in my 2 cents of it is we are. So they pick safe arguments. They say, "What about that technology? I don't like it." Well, you don't like it, but it's already existing, which means you'll never put the cat back in the bag. That
anyway,
right about it. Some people are for it, some people are against it. It's
hey,
half and half. So what's up, Jason? And yes, it is Jimmy's turn to
we're
talk.
all good here. We're all good here. We're Americans. Like at least you and me are. I mean, maybe some people aren't from America that are from United States specifically that are watching this. That's fine. There's a lot of shit going on right now in the world. It's not cool. We're in a shitty time. Let's all just try our best to get along. That's all I can say. But anyway, back to the banjo. Let me show you another fun thing that we can do with these little cheater keys. Okay.
He wants to know if I can sing in French, right? Hey, Jimmy, do you remember when they made the Great Rock and Roll Swindle record and movie? So anyways, they put in a French version of Anarchy in the UK. So even though I don't know how to sing French, I could say Dans la rue.
That was
When he said in the city, they said Dans la rue, which means in the street. Yes, I took
not
French. I got in French Honor Society, but I'm not good at singing it. Yo je suis antichrist. Yo je suis anarchiste.
these people want to hear music, and I'm trying to give them a little musical education. All right. So the other cool.
That's correct. That's correct. But he threw that French from way out of there. He could sing like the national anthems and
The
shit.
other thing about these cheater keys is it doesn't just allow me to drop down into a different key, like and play you a song like I just did in D, in the key of D. I can actually drop them down while I'm playing. I can do some little cool parlor tricks with the banjo, and let me show you how that works. I'm going to start this song and I'm going to let you just like look at the headstock while I'm playing because this one uses it, right? And I can't really like pull it back over here like while I'm doing it. So you're just like, I guess I can like, I don't know. Let me see if
You don't have to show both, man. You can tell us what you're gonna do, and you can show the main. It's all good. And like Kevin said, let's hear it. And Gage, what's up? Who is like that's Jimmy James over there, man. I'll tag up his channel. I made beautiful all that kind of title and picture and all that, but then we had no bullshit internet because there's fucking magnetic
Yeah.
storms or things
So
being grown. So Jimmy, take the stage, 20 minutes, coffee house style. I was just letting the new man in, Gage, know that's Jimmy.
song is another Earl Scruggs song. It's an instrumental. It's called Flint Hill Special, and that he was from a town called Flint Hill, and near Shelby, Carolina, which is where my family came from. And he it goes like this. Watch what I do here. So this is a trick. I stay in the key of G, but I mess with the strings while I'm playing. So it goes like this.
All right, man. So Jenica, she's been walking by. My wife, she's been walking by. But at the same time, I have to mention to everybody, he said, I don't know how to show what I'm playing on the neck and the head at the same time. And he was generous enough to just keep shifting around. You know what I mean? So send the hearts and Valentines and shit for Jimmy because he really stretched himself out to do that, man. So by the way, my wife will be walking by in the next 3 minutes, Jimmy. So play what you will, talk about what you will.
It's a very unique shave and a haircut. Let me do it one more time for you.
Yeah, I'd buy that for two.
Yeah, that's Earl for you, and it's gonna be a dying thing. And the more people that know about it, the better, because we're gonna have a lot of shitty banjo players in the future if you don't learn that. You know, and it's actually not that hard. You just gotta, you know, buy a book and learn the tab and do whatever you
But
got.
it's not always about a book, man. When you're playing music, sometimes you have to have somebody next to you that speaks that same language.
Well,
Aren't you teaching somebody right now? Not calling him out, but hey, man, he was like, I should have called you 20 years earlier. And he's basically jamming with you, right? I mean, we're not calling out his name, but think about the value of that, you know?
yeah.
Like you said, those people who created these, sort of standards, they're dying off. Now, you were awake, you were paying attention, so you get to deliver that message.
Well, I stand on the corner and low down the blues, great big hole in the bottom of my shoe. I'm letting it be your song, dog. Oh, let it be your song, dog, or I will be your man, dog. I'm letting it be your song, dog. Now look yourself, I know you. One down stock, I want to shoot. Let it be your song, dog. Oh, let it be your song, dog, or I will be your man, dog. I let it be your song, dog. Well, I pulled the trigger and the gun said go. Shot me over in Mexico. I'm letting it be your song, dog. Oh, let me be your song, dog. I'm letting it be your song, well, I was out in the wild woods sitting on a log, finger train. I'm letting it be your song, dog. Oh, let me be your song, dog. I'm letting it be your song, dog. Oh, let me be your song, dog. I'll be your man, dog. I'm letting it be your song, dog. Another example of the bending of the strings. That was
Right on, right on.
Mountain Boy's favorite song to open up with. And I got a chance to do it once in my life with the Stabler Boys. One day we were having a show, and I said, "You guys, today we're opening up with Salty Dog," and they did it, and it was one of the best shows we ever had at a winery somewhere out
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and who knows where. I mean, I think it was out in Barry.
Hey, Jimmy, would you think I was making this up if I tell you something? There's a lot of bands around the country, right? And there's a tradition. If they play on Halloween, a lot of them dress up like Paul Revere and the Raiders.
You
Have you ever seen
Oh,
that
you weren't.
happen?
You weren't. Were you in the band?
I've seen it 4 times. I've seen 4 different bands dress up like Paul Revere and the
No.
Raiders and just play their own
You,
set because they were playing on
one
Halloween.
time, Circus Mind dressed up like a bunch of goons.
I wasn't in that band when you guys dressed up as
Yeah,
anything.
best Halloween show I ever had. Phil with his bald head was it was
Right?
it was October, right? It was on Halloween, and it was just cold enough, and his head was a column of steam was coming head like a chimney, and he had devil horns on. Like he just all
Right?
his only costume was he just stuck those suction cup devil horns on, and he
Right.
looked like the
Right,
fuck
right.
playing lead. And Matt Woods just wore a clown wig, and I dressed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I put on my Jedi cloak, and I'm playing drums like in this cloak, like the grim
Right, right, right.
playing drums,
No
but
shit, bro. No shit. Yeah. There are bands that do that nowadays, but yeah.
yeah, nobody does that shit anymore. Yeah, that was kind of fish
Well,
and
there's a band called Sun O. There's a band called Sun O, in tribute to the amp. And if you go see that fucking band, you'll probably go deaf. So be very careful. But they all wear cloaks and they
uh,
play the most detuned. It's
this
not even
the stone cutter.
bro. But for the dude who asked, yeah, of course, we would accompany each other. I'm not fucking, I'm not like bitching out. I don't have the tech. I would play with my bro. You know what I mean? And he knows I have the integrity that if I don't have the tech and it doesn't sound good, we don't do it. That's the only reason we're not collaborating. I would love to
Are,
do that online.
are
That would
people
be fun.
asking about you and me thing? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it came up before. It's why aren't you playing with him? And it has come up several times. And the thing is, we would accompany, and I can create that tech. I can go grab that mixer. You saw the mixer, Jimmy. I never even opened it, right?
Well,
But I can open that up and like work on it. I have a fucking mic stand over there. But that's the thing. I would have to wear headphones, dude. I don't
well,
want to be here for 3 hours a night wearing headphones. I'm just hanging out.
to elaborate to the listeners, we actually are conversing and coordinating on a future project, which is going to be a surf rock EP. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. But you have projects ahead of that. That's why I didn't talk to anybody about it. But go ahead. That's fair enough, man. That's
no,
fair enough. But yeah, you have projects ahead. That's
I'm
more
saying
important. We'll
like
collaborate soon.
if anybody is in general like just asking, do you guys still play together? Yeah, I mean we talk about music all the time. We Joe knows my songs like before they even come out. Like he already.
Yeah, they're not published, and we even pass the lyrics back and forth. Even your stories, we do that stuff.
Yeah. So we're constantly collaborating. We always have been. We never stopped. I mean, that goes back to the 90s. So we're
Right. So I wanted them to know that it's not like a cheap out where I'm like, no, I can't collaborate with him because I don't have the soundboard here. I don't have the soundboard here. I have enough integrity. He can speak for this. That if we could play together online live, we will. And we will, guys. Wait
yeah,
a year, man. Don't fucking wear me out, make me go home crying. Wait a year. We're gonna build tech. I
just
didn't
think,
even
yeah,
have a fucking 5G
like
phone.
I never thought about like playing a fucking Zoom band. Like I never thought about doing that. Like that's retarded. Like I make music.
Well, there's a pretty kick-ass live stream band that just started.
I
They just launched on YouTube as far as I can
don't
tell. You
care.
know what they do? Right now they're still in the Randy Newman, they're still playing Randy Newman tracks. I fucking love that.
I mean,
Christopher Cross, I hope that's next.
but we don't have right now. But what me and Joe have been doing since the 90s is meeting each other in our houses and recording on our equipment. Let me just like snap my phone loose and look. It's like, okay, we have mixers, we have recorders, like we have studio room and like all the instruments available, like we do this, we but
Yeah, yeah. So
oh,
we've been able to do that and make art projects and make frameable art projects
but Joe,
for the whole decade, all the time,
so if
you
you got
know?
anything to say to Joe, tell him to go get a fucking license so he can drive over to my fucking house more often. How about that?
It costs money, bruh. It costs.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the big obstacle is I got to go pick his fucking sorry ass up to bring him over here to do shit, and he only lives about 30 minutes away.
Well, that's kind of funny because I could totally walk there. You just have to say, "Hey, Joe, give me 4 hours,"
You
and right
would too,
there.
man. I know you would. You'd fucking walk your ass there with the amp in your hand and everything.
Dude, when we went to Dan's house, I walked 2.1 miles
Yeah,
with that fucking 90 pound or 90
Joe.
amp in my hands. I just walked it to his house, bro.
Joe walked many many a mile to play music. There's no doubt about that. All right, so let me try to think about something else that I can do. An instrumental. I'm, s- I kind of like blew all my ideas there. Um,
That's okay, man. We like the sort of up in the air part. The Just do it.
I mean, I've played some things before. Sally Gooden, little medley here. There you go.
That's the work that she brings me. She gets 10% from. She gets 10% for sure. Nice to see her back in, Angel. Don't stop by to give us a like. Let's just hang out. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Is that Anthony Floyd? Is that Pink Floyd up there? Yeah, you know Jimmy's good. Don't look at the chat, Jimmy. Look at me. Pretend like I can see you. Don't look at the chat. You're on TV, bro. Look at the camera. What's up? Angel, you got your blue back. I had to take everybody's off. I have to do that shit all the time. I have to do admin because everybody wants to fucking snipe, huh? Everybody's fucking horny to shoot. Nah, we don't shoot around here. I need to ask questions first. Totally. So Jimmy says he's out of shit. He's gonna grab another instrument.
No,
He's gonna play the bongos next. He's gonna play the bongos and the
I
bass.
bongos. Um, uh,
But yeah, Angel, go ahead and make a new comment. You're in blue, bro. You're in blue. Jenica. Jenica's walking around in her bra, Angel. Otherwise, I'd have her come say hi. She doesn't need it. She said hi, but she doesn't need to show. She loves you, though. She loves you. Man, you just make me want to go grab some peanut butter sandwiches. Cheers, everybody. Anthony's just a potato boy, smoking grass and spending cash. Oh, what's up, Pink Floyd? How you doing, bro? That's McGillarilla. You got Floyd in the house, Jim.
Floyd, good to see you.
Right?
Miss you.
Right.
Um,
We miss you, man. We miss you. We don't just want to buy videotapes
oh,
and video games from you.
yeah.
We want to hang out, bro.
Hey, Mr. GameStop up in there. Yeah. That last number was called Wildwood Flower. It was a number written by the Carter family back in the early.
Oh shit, Anthony's growing that fucking good, man. He's got them Kush plants growing up. Welcome to Virginia, guys. It's legal. We had to wait forever, but fuck California. We got the best deal in the world, man. Speaking of which, Mr. Burns in the house, right? Mr. Burns.
Vacation tomorrow, and I don't have anybody.
Yeah, Jimmy's gonna be gone for a week, man. He actually was gonna come up yesterday, and I'm sorry, Jimmy, for stepping all over you, but I told you I'm about to mess you up. But anyway, he's gonna go on vacation for a week. He's so grand and nice because I had a scheduled guest tonight. Okay, guys, that's okay. That's just how Jimmy. This is a funny part. Um, Somebody that I talked to, right? No name names. They were like, "You guys kept spamming his band camp," and I was like, "That's my job." You know what I mean? So everybody, jimmycross.bandcamp.com.
So
We're not spamming. You could go listen to his fucking music, or you can get it for $1.50 or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
got shitty about that. I didn't even know.
Somebody, not Pink Floyd, not this time. But Jesus Christ, I mean, not outdoor hydro, come Virginia. I'm gonna be all right. And Jimmy, he said he played everything he could play. Maybe he'll pick up a keyboard. I don't know. But I'm gonna get some smoke.
Started out in the burn one sunny Irish morning. There were just the four of us against the Matterhorn. It was Albert the Australian, John the Irishman, Bill Nye from Britain, Mad Dogs in the Sun. Matterhorn, Matterhorn. Men have died, men have tried to climb the Matterhorn. That mighty Matterhorn. Two miles up, we lost John, the rations fell below. Al and Bill were lying beneath an avalanche of snow. And I'm starting to get into like trying to sing words again and fucking it up. I don't want to do that.
It's all good, Jimmy. It's all good, Jimmy. Like you said, you had your prepared stuff. You went through it. So, Anthony, I don't know where Carter's Fold is. Maybe Jimmy does, but we played at Smoking Joe's. That was a Carter's own place, and that was hilarious because the other band we played first, and you probably played with us, right, Anthony? You remember? And they were so mad. The second band, that fucking emo band, was wah, wah, wah. They said motherfucker, and you're telling us to turn down. Wah. Yeah, pick on the nigga.
Oh, you're talking about the hit list times where fucking Symbol was like cussing and screaming, and everyone was like, "Ah, you gotta turn it down." You're talking about that time, right?
Oh yeah, but that's because he said Carter's Fold. I've never been to Carter's Fold. I hope it's cool down there. It's in Virginia. We'll get into it. What's up, Big P, man? Look, Big P, I'm still working on it. So is
The
it
hit,
Big Paz trying to work on that new one? I'll draw
the
it
hit
up for
list
you,
was
brother.
revolutionary, just so everybody knows. We were ahead of the time. Ahead of the time. Way ahead of the time.
That's what we always say. That's what we always say. June
If
Carter. It's where June Carter grow up in Carter fucking. Okay, wow. That's cool. So she grew up in Carter's Fold. June Carter, man. Yeah, TV, man. That's what I'm saying. We try to do like 80s fucking, what do you call it? Cable access. This show. We don't need 21 people to answer the phones. I just do it. But that's to get that with Carter, June Carter Cash, fucking Johnny Cash, fucking, Hank Senior, you know what I mean? Like all that shit. Fucking my shit is David Allen Coe, Merle Haggard, all that shit. Fucking everything though. Like back in those days, man, buy videotapes. They didn't put them on DVD yet, by the way, guys. Go out there to your thrift stores, buy those fucking videotapes, and just enculturate your mind. Jimmy, we've known each other forever, but we travel. But then every once in a while would be on the phone there and talk about something that came up on cable. And I said, that's why you're a cultured man, because you watch that shit. You have time for it. You understand it. Him and all his Wes Anderson movies and all that. He was way ahead of all these mustachio hipsters.
what happened to you?
Yeah, that's awesome. Anthony, I don't know about that. My mom's from West Virginia, so when we go by that way, and go drive up there back before the what do you call it, the alleyway or whatever the fuck we have now. We used to go up there, and so we would go to the Rexall drugstore that Patsy Cline used to work at, because my lord, man, if Patsy Cline didn't affect everybody in my family, including my wife and everybody below,
All right, well, all right. I'm trying to think of an instrumental
All
now.
right, it's not a good sign when he's going through his papers unless it is. Are you going to bring up jokes? You got jokes?
I ain't got no jokes.
What did I say to my wife today? I was like, "Hey, yeah, no, that wasn't a joke. I better not repeat that. That was actually really bad." It had to do with the R word. It was not good. And I'm not talking about Tardos. I'm talking about the R word. The other one. Never mind. I don't have any jokes today. I'm in Gainesville. He's in Centerville. I'm from Maryland, so I'm from the other side of the Diamond, DC. But we've always been around, we're bros, we're bros. And you're in Bristol. It's not that far from here, bro. It's not that far. But we didn't know about Carter's Gap or whatever. I mean, sorry. And where June Carter Cash was from and all that good shit. That's fucking beautiful, dude. We'll go.
Well, the Clinch Mountain area is very special to me. That's where I met Earl Scruggs. I met him in Harrogate County, Tennessee. I went to see him at a show. That's where he signed my first banjo. And then I went and saw him later at the Birchmere here in Alexandria. And uh, uh, Ralph Stanley was actually at the first show in Harrogate that I went to. And, my uncle was there. A friend of mine was there. And they both came back and said, "We're signing autographs. We didn't expect that at all. We thought we were going to walk out just like anything else that happens up here in northern asshole Virginia."
Right,
And
right, right. Get the fuck out of this house.
yeah,
That's why we quit, man. That's why we quit. Cause guys, I'm telling you, clubs are a bunch of monkeys trying to sell fucking beers and shit. Anybody can do that out of the trunk of their car. And they do it these days, by the way, post pandemic. Just watch. But anyways, clubs treat us so nice on the way in, and then they just turn on the lights and they say, "Get the fuck out." And they were so abusive that, fuck the industry, fuck all of that shit. But yeah, you're from Bristol. It's not that far. Virginia is very vast. We have wonderful things. And Anthony, I get it. You're not Pink Floyd. I get you.
this
We
banjo,
we've identified you as not. But cheers either way. And I just opened that one, so fuck.
this banjo is a little funny with the high notes. I got to bend them to get them right. So forgive me if I get some off notes here when I start getting up high. But I'm going to go ahead and close it out for you, Joe. I'm going to do one more tune. Are we good with
All
that?
right, man. Respectable. No, that's respectable because you said, your plan we already ran out. By the way, you came in clutch like a guy, okay? Because I did have a guest, complete respect for. He's gonna come back. I guess he got busy with real life. You get busy with real life. We know what happens. You know what I mean? And then I had those shit fucking connections. So I made a beautiful picture for you and all that shit, Jimmy, with the title. This one just says "Dickhead is live." You know what I mean?
So you guys,
So yeah, let's have one more. Everybody, listen to this.
so you guys,
Jimmy James is gonna play. He's gonna play one more song to take us out. And then if you put 7 in the chat right now, you can reserve your spot to play that one game of Connect Four with me, and you go first.
so,
Put
every,
7 in the chat because that's how you reserve your spot.
so everybody out there
What's
learned.
up, Davian?
Everybody learned a little bit about the decadence of the banjo and how it's not just a white trash instrument and something from the Appalachian people that are being discriminated against more than anybody in the world right now. Like you,
Davian is included here.
I
Yeah,
enlighten
my mom's from there, bruh.
I enlighten people a little more about how we are actually, intelligent people. And if you go out there, if you go out to West Virginia or anywhere in the Appalachian Mountains, you might find people that work at Walmart or work in coal mines, but they're good people. Okay. They're not these toothless assholes that, people are trying to portray us as right now. And it's very offensive. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. Right. So you learn,
This
you know,
is the shit. This is the shit that I have from my
look at this instrument.
glass bottles, and I have Vaporator and shit.
Like, look,
I mean, come on, guys. These things are 120 years old. So don't diss anybody, stupid.
yeah, yeah. Don't hate on anybody. Look at this instrument. An idiot did not design this. Look at it. Okay. And I tried to, you know, enlighten people about that. It's hard to because they all just look at that old picture of, guy with the corn cob pipe going. No, that's not me. All
You
right.
know what? You know what? You know what? If they saw this, right? It's an ancient book of Egyptian and Chaldean religion and shit, and it's 120 years old. They wouldn't diss this shit. You know what I'm saying? They would see the value in that shit. You know what I mean?
All right, so this is my mom's favorite song. It's called Foggy Mountain Breakdown. It's by Earl Scruggs, Lester Flatt, and the Foggy Mountain Boys. It's probably the most popular.
Davian, you're gonna be red, and you go first, of course. Say it again, Jimmy. Say it again. Davian already reserved his spot. I have to host the chat. I'm sorry. I sorry. Yes, Jimmy. Jimmy, look at this shit, man. I got one of these little malt things from out of the gas station. It's not real whiskey. It's just called cinnamon, right? But look at the bowl here, Jimmy. Look. Idiota ran away. Look at the bowl in that shit. That shit is bright white fucking kush. You see that shit?
No, fucking weed, man. I need somebody to help me
You
out.
need weed, brother. You need weed, brother. See,
I,
that's the thing. Your wife, okay, guys, Anthony. Yes, you're not pink, and that's cool and everything. Because Jimmy and I have been left alone forever. We've been the last two guys at the party. And I'll tell you something else. The most famous people I saw at the party, somebody like Symbol, Jimmy, somebody like Symbol, right? They always get left alone. They're too individuated for the rest of the world to even care about. You know what I mean? They always get left. Kent Stacks. I went when I went to Tom's funeral, right? Kent Stacks, uh, fucking Skeeter, right? Skeeter Enoch Thompson, right? And Brian Stewart. These were the three most, what do you want to call it? The three most lonely people in the room, except for myself.
yeah,
Skeeter, fucking Brian Stewart, and Kent Stacks.
but
Because the rest of the world don't understand any of us. They don't understand us, bro. They can't come to us. He's just gonna play drums now. Yeah, he's gonna do a little. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and do the wipeout show. So, Devian, I do have to play with you. I do. That's an agreement. But as Anthony was saying, what it is like, you know, we're here for you when you're down. So you're right. We are the best people. He's got skills. He's always been looking up how to do things better. We can wire shit up. We can put pipes up. You know, we could do whatever you need. You know, we can do whatever you need. But just be respectful because you'll lose us. You'll lose us. You'll go to the fucking corporations. You'll go to the corporate world. All kids listen to Slayer. That's what kids need to do.
Slayer, kick ass.
Listen to Slayer. Yeah. Angel of Death, Dave Lombardo. Yeah, you got it, man. Dum dum dum. Angel of Death. That's it.
All right, Joe, I gotta go, man. Hey, Anthony, thanks a lot for coming in and checking us out, man. I really appreciate that. You got,
Right on, right on.
something to see.
Right on, right on. He's an ACDC. He swings both ways, but Damien, if you're still in, it's your turn. You're red, and we're gonna play Connect Four. I'm not gonna disrespect Jimmy and make like 40 minutes of bullshit behind his, interview. So, but by the way, my orientation here, this is 1-4 is the center, 5-7, so forth. So let's play. It is your turn.
All right, you're gonna go play Connect Four. I'm out, bro. Thank you. I gotta go to.
Absolutely.
I got family to attend to in the morning. We're going on vacation tomorrow. All right.
We all have real lives, man. We all have real lives.
We're
So where are you going? If you can, where are you going?
we're leaving for Sunset Beach, Carolina. It's about a 7-hour drive from here, and I ain't got no weed, so somebody needs to help me take care of that. You can get back to me on it. We'll talk.
Everybody, this is what he was saying. Hey, stop spamming up his band camp. Send him $50 for his discography on his Bandcamp. Jimmy, tell us what the Bandcamp
Or
is. It's $1 or more, but if you send 50, I'll give him an eighth.
Yeah. The Bandcamp is jimmycross.bandcamp.com. You can hear any of my songs that I have deemed worthy of putting on the internet. But then if you really like are into Spotify and iTunes and all that and YouTube, it's on there too. It's on there too. But you can go.
Yeah, but you got to pay top
But
dollar. So
you don't.
I want everybody to buy him an eighth from me. So send him 50. You know what I'm saying? Blackout Jack. What's up, Blackout Jack? Are you Jack and Coke, bro? You got to tell me that. I asked you before, Katrina.
If you're going on Bandcamp, you don't have to pay for it though. That's the thing. You can download them free.
No, it's a name your price. It's a
Well,
name your price.
you can pay me if you want to just like contribute to the cause. So that's all up to you.
All right, anybody, if you go to my music sites, don't pay because we don't get paid. But if you go to Jimmy's Bandcamp, pay because he needs an eighth to bring to the beach. It's really that simple right now. All right. I hope you're still in here, Davian, because I stick really close to the rules, and it is your fucking turn. That's okay, Blackout Jack. Nice to meet you. Jimmy, take your repose. Have a good time. Thank you for joining. He has a life. He has a family. It's very complicated. Everybody, send hearts, Valentines, and emojis for Jimmy.
It's not that complicated. It's
That's
just
cool, Blackout.
it's being a poor working class man in America. That's all it is in the United States. So I
I
know.
wish that was all it is. The intricacies of it are so much more complicated because you and I know. And I'll tell everybody this. I had a storm, but it wasn't bad fucking connections like it was tonight. But
You
when
almost
I had a storm, you guys go look at my past in the live streams, find the thumbnail that says more drugs than Elvis, and watch Jimmy. Watch him share his fucking story.
well,
Yes,
Joe was
watch.
in
I did
homeless.
not spell out nothing. I spelled DEMIS because I don't want to call anybody. But
Joe.
he had a problem.
Well,
What's up, man?
I think we're all right now. I think we're doing okay. I think everybody's doing all right. So let's just stay positive. All right, Joe. You're gonna be all right. All right. Everything's gonna be.
Yeah. I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't worried about
I'm
that.
gonna,
You know how it is.
and you gotta like.
You just remember this, Jimmy. I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm gonna tell you all this, fuckers. You stupid fuckers. We're OG. The people that trained us were triple OG. You guys are idiots. But you need to listen to us because we're not gonna screw you over like our Uncle Class did. We're gonna be nice to you. You know what I mean? We have heart for you. Like he said, in the clutch, we will come in, as he said, up in here in Virginia, up in here anywhere, just real people. We're not going to cry about it. We will volunteer our time. We're volunteering right now. And we've been volunteering for years. But hey,
So, is there any way you can close me out? I'm gonna take you out
oh,
with.
you don't
I'm
know how to click a leave?
I'm gonna take you with a little wild at heart. All right. All
All
right.
right, go for it.
A little wild
Go
at heart.
for it, brother. Oh, swing, baby. Yeah. The smash in his head. That might be another song.
Yeah, I'm only playing my floor tom. So there you
That's
go.
right, man. That's right. Oh, well. Kick ass, man. Actually, we're just going to both leave, man. I don't think he's here for Connect for it. Davian can come back later. Peace out, man. Smashed in his head.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Good.
Separated from Lula.
Separated from Lula.
Everybody, look
We
at my fucking SoundCloud. It's a mess.
we got